What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Mile high salute to y'all. I am your host, Dak. Joining me is my partner in crime, Kinley. We have a fun, exciting episode for you today, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to be talking about Davis Webb having an interview for the head coaching position for the Las Vegas Raiders. We're going to get into some NFL season award odds, the NFC playoff bracket predictions we're going to do, and we're going to talk about Jaleel McLaughlin potentially being a starting running back in the postseason. We got a lot to get into, but first and foremost, I do want to give a shout out to our subscribers who have grown with us. We're at 299. We just talked about it just before we recorded this. We need one more for a goal for 300. So thank you, ladies and gentlemen, so much for sticking with us and growing with us. How are you, my guy?
I'm doing great. Feeling good. One more subscriber, Broncos country. One more subscriber. Then we hit our goal. And then we'll be on to our next goal. But got to hit this one. One more. We appreciate all you guys. We really do. This was didn't think this was possible, but here we are. So, one more. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. But feeling
Let's
good.
keep it
Feeling good.
moving. So,
These
let's
topics.
get into the topics of discussion or what have you, ladies and gentlemen. So, first and foremost, I would like to talk about the head coaching position for the Las Vegas Raiders. When you're a 14-win team, when you're a 14-win team, everybody around the NFL seems to notice. They have you on your radar. They want a piece of the pie for that success. They want a taste of the sweetness. They want taste of success. So, does it surprise you that Davis Webb is a head coaching candidate, not just offensive coordinator, head coaching candidate that they're interviewing him today for, which is Wednesday?
I will say it definitely surprised me. It definitely surprised me. I thought it'd be a bunch of OC jobs, but it's the Raiders. We shouldn't be surprised that the Raiders would want him want to interview him as a head coach. But yeah, it definitely did caught me by surprise because he's never called plays. Sure, he's played the quarterback position, but he's never called plays. He's never been a head coach, so it definitely has caught me by surprise. Now, do I think he just because all those didn't happen, does he not deserve a shot? I think he deserves a shot. If he gets a shot, great. Because you know what? Hey, give us those extra picks. Vance Joseph out the door, give us those extra picks. So, if it happens, it happens. Do I see it happening? No, I don't see it happening. But hey, it'll be good on our end if it
Yeah,
happens.
um, and it wouldn't be shocking to me. I mean, there has been one other time where there hasn't been where a coach has been hired from a quarterbacks coach to head coaching position, and that was Zach Taylor with the Rams. At that point, he was the quarterbacks coach in his tenure with the Rams. He got hired. He made the jump. Didn't even it wasn't even an OC with the Rams, right? But I think he had a plan of attack. He it was enticing for the Bengals enough as a candidate that they hired him. He's had some success. Yes, he's had some up and downs. You can allude to the resources, like the general manager or roster construction or what have you, for some of the failures that he's had for some of the seasons. But he's taken the Bengals to the Super Bowl, right?
Fair,
So
yeah.
it could be that Davis Webb can have maybe the same kind of success. We'll find out with
Hell
the
no.
Raiders. I'm just saying
I
I'm
want
putting
you to
my
say no,
bias
no, no.
aside right now. Bias aside, because I do like Davis Webb. He's been a phenomenal addition to our coaching staff when we first hired him. Sean Payton took a chance with him. Remember, he was a quarterback with the with the Giants, right? But I think his football IQ and the acumen he had and his leadership just really shocked Sean Payton and caught him, it was very delightful, right? So that's why he was ended up with our coaching staff. But I think ultimately, if Davis Webb can put together some kind of point of attack of how to get the Raiders turned around and have a game plan as to what kind of what he will do on the offensive side. Does he implement the Sean Payton offense, modernize it a little bit? Because he is an innovative young coach, right? But also, you got to keep in mind that they have the number one overall pick. The
Mhm.
Raiders do, and Fernando Mendoza fits that bill of a Sean Payton offense because he does have the ability to be accurate in the short to intermediate throws. and also quick release, right? But he's mobile enough to evade pressure when the play breaks down. Just watching Indiana this season, who is a Heisman Trophy winner, so
Yeah. I
that's
mean,
something to keep in mind.
you have a point. I think his point of attack, the real question is how are you going to develop Mendoza?
Yeah,
Like how
and
are you going to develop our franchise guy? I think that's going to be the main point
topic
of
of
attack.
discussion.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he's had this success. He's shown that as many people, as many fans or whatever, has talked smack about Bo Nix and this and that. Davis Webb has played a major role in terms of Bo Nix's progression and development, his growth, or what have you. But I mean, the smart part too, when it comes to like also bringing a coaching staff to have some kind of success, just as another part of that might be the discussion in this interview, is what kind of coaches will he bring along? And I think for being as young as he is, he because he turns 31 this month, he would probably be the youngest head coach to be hired since what, Sean McVay or whatever,
Probably.
whatever. I can't remember off the top of my head, but pretty young, right? He'd be smart to maybe bring a coach along for a ride that has had head coaching experience, like a Cliff Kingsbury, to be his offensive coordinator. That's something that I think would be enticing. If you guys have guys like that that are willing to ride with you, why not? And
Yeah.
maybe the
Why
Raiders
not?
like that and they buy in that stock. So I don't know, man. It's going to be very exciting. There's other names, of course, that have been mentioned for the head coaching vacancy. Vance Joseph, like we just talked about, to replace maybe Pete Carroll. There's some other head coaching names as well. I think Matt Nagy was another one
Yep.
that was
Matt Nagy is
interviewing.
another one.
So yeah, man, exciting stuff though in Broncos country
As long as Harbaugh
coming up.
stays away. As long as Harbaugh stays away. Don't go coach the Raiders. Go
Yeah,
coach the
that was another shocker, right? That we talked about on the pod yesterday.
Yeah.
John Harbaugh was let go. I mean, the writing was kind of on the wall, right? But like ultimately, when you replace a head coach, it has to be an upgrade, and I feel like it's slim pickings out there to be a real, true upgrade for the Ravens. But anyways, that's another topic for the discussion. But I did want to get into the thick of things of the NFC playoff bracket. Is that enticing to you?
I mean, it's kind of enticing. You're looking at both sides. Who's gonna be our opponent in the Super Bowl? I guess that's what I'll say. So you're curious. Is it gonna be the Seahawks? Is it gonna be the Rams? Will it be? I don't see the Packers getting there, but yeah, let's get into it.
Let's get into it. So I have it right here. Let me add it. Do you see it pretty good there, my boy?
I do.
We okay, perfect. So right now we're looking at it. And we're gonna look at it real quick. I mean, we did the AFC pretty much yesterday, but we got the Bears and the Packers. The Bears are hosting, and man, they've been phenomenal this season. Caleb Williams has definitely grown. Ben Johnson has worked miracles. Who do you think wins in this matchup? I have personally the Green Bay Packers, but how do you feel?
I honestly, I know I just said I don't see the Packers making the Super Bowl, but I do have them beating the Bears in this wild card
Okay,
game.
so yeah, I like that. I like that. This one is in Philadelphia. The next matchup in the NFC, San Francisco on the road, potentially the which we'll get into for the NFL awards later on. Potential comeback player of the year award, Christian McCaffrey. Does he have a big game to where the Eagles are upset in Philly? How do you feel about how this matchup goes?
The 49ers have been derailed by injuries this year.
Yeah.
Like it is crazy. And is Trent Williams going to play? Is Persall going to play? Like, they've been hit with the injury bug so bad. You definitely have to feel bad for them. So I don't know if this is a tough matchup. I think it's going to be hard for San Fran to go in there and steal a win in Philly. Especially that defense is starting to come together in Philly, and the offense seems to be finding some kind of identity a little bit. So I got to go with the Eagles. Even though I love
Okay.
Christian McCaffrey, I got to go with the Eagles just because the 49ers have been injured. Like a fully healthy 49er team, I'm taking the Niners. But
Yeah, yeah.
they've been hit by the injury bug, so I got to go with the Eagles.
Okay, I respect that pick. I respect that. I would go with the Niners, but that's okay. This is your pick. Rams at Carolina.
Wow.
This
So
one,
the
go
Rams
ahead.
already been to Carolina and lost. I don't see it happening twice.
Yeah, it's
Let's
hard to
get
beat
it.
a really good team twice.
Hard to beat a really good team twice, even though it's you have them both at home. I mean, it's hard to beat a really good team twice. So I have the Rams taking this
Okay. And then onward we go to the divisional round, ladies and gentlemen. The Packers would be on the road to go play the 14-3 Seattle Seahawks. They have an elite defense led by another head coaching a coach of the year candidate, excuse me, and Mike McDonald. Elite defense that they had. They're number one in scoring defense. Do you think the Packers have any shot at upsetting the Seahawks with that 12th
one.
man behind them?
I give them zero shots. I don't think the
Yeah.
Packers have enough. I don't think, with the injuries on defense, especially the Parsons, I don't think the Packers have enough. So I'm going to go with Seattle on this one.
Okay, awesome. Me too. Rams on the road to play Philadelphia. Last season they did match up as well. I think in the divisional round, if I'm not mistaken,
They did.
LA lost in that game.
Did.
Jalen Hurts played pretty good, But how do you think this matchup goes this time around?
Well, let's not forget they played them earlier in the year, and the Rams lost off of a blocked field goal, ran all the way back by I think it was a D tackle. Ran all the way back for a
Hmm.
touchdown. So I'm gonna go with the Rams. I'm gonna go with the Rams in this one. I think the Rams finally still a win in Philly.
I like it. I have the Rams too, my guy. I really do. The Rams have. I mean, they've been derailed by injuries as of late these last few weeks. But if they can be healthy, look out, ladies and gentlemen, because they are going to be a damn problem with Sean McVay as the head coach. Right? Always have. He's a phenomenal coach. Now here's one that's crazy. They've split the matchup,
1-1.
both divisional games, 1-1. This is where it really counts. In the conference championship, who takes the belt in this one?
I got the Rams.
You got the Rams. I would say Seattle, but you know what? That's fine because I would say that the LA Rams, I wouldn't be mad if they were there either. Matthew Stafford has completely balled out
Yes.
in this season altogether. So I like that. That was fun. So the Rams potentially facing the Broncos in the Super Bowl is what it looks like we have it.
Yep.
Ooh, and I'm sorry about I just have the standings just floating there, ladies and gentlemen. Let me get this off our screen. There's your beautiful face. Hello. Hello. No, that was a good exercise. It's good to kind of see, but this is like this is the craziest season where it's just like everybody has a shot, besides maybe the Panthers and the Steelers. But everybody else, you can make a case for that could win. No disrespect, but there's going to be some disrespect.
Yeah.
That's where it is. Just a little bit. Yeah. So on to the next topic of discussion. We do have the NFL season awards. So let me plug that in here. Give me 1 second while I pull that up. And we will pull that up. I mean, looking at it, we can already say that maybe, like as just talking until I bring this up, I think Myles Garrett is going to win the Defensive Player of the Year award by any means. He's already broke the sack record. The most sacks in history at 23, dude, is crazy work. If I'm being honest, but let's pull this up right here. Hold on, I apologize. I'm gonna make it to where you can see a little better for the MVP right now. The MVP award right now. This is the biggest one, of course, right? You got Matthew Stafford and Drake May. It's not too big of a separation. You and I have Matthew Stafford winning this. We kind of talked about it. We were going to get into it yesterday, but we're like, hey, let's save it for a segment today to talk about Matthew Stafford, rightfully so. Would you give him the MVP award?
Oh, yeah. You got to. I'd give Matthew. I mean, Drake May, he balled out. I'm not even going to take that away from him. He had a fantastic season, especially second year in the NFL. But what Matthew did this year, I mean, Matthew went off. Like Matthew Stafford went off. So he has to be the MVP favorite.
Yeah. I agree. And you said Matthew Stafford went off. He absolutely did. 46 touchdown passes, 8 interceptions, only sacked 23 times with a rating of 109.2, bro. That is phenomenal. 65% completion percentage. And he averaged yards per game was 276.9. So you could just round that up to 277. If that doesn't scream MVP to you, I don't know what does, ladies and gentlemen.
Right.
Because I mean, I know Drake May's team. I mean, he could make a case, right? But
Matthew just did too much. That's just what
he
that
did
is.
too much.
There's nothing against Drake May because just the fact that you're in those like, oh, you would have won it, but you came in second. Matthew, like you legit put up numbers. You have your team in you brought them to the playoffs in the second year after they
Yeah,
won how many games last year? 3?
yeah,
Hey man, kudos to you.
yeah.
I'm a Drake May
Uh,
fan. I'm not even gonna lie.
and he had 31 touchdown passes, 8 interceptions. Pretty good.
Pretty good.
113.5 rating. Solid season. Like not just solid, but great season. But like you said, Matthew Stafford was just a little too good, right? For our liking. On to the
Right.
next thing that we'll talk about. Coach of the year. I feel like Sean Payton. I mean, he's far the odds, plus looks like 20,000. My lord. But Mike Vrabel is the odds-on favorite to get the head coach of the year award. How do you feel about that?
As he should. As he should. There was a reason why I did not want Vrabel to go get the Las Vegas
Yeah.
Rams. There's a
Yes.
reason. I know what kind of coach Vrabel is, and he's a damn good coach. And yes, you take a 3-win team and you win 13 games. What, 14 games? I'm sorry, 14 games.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you're getting coach of the year. Okay, that's just it shouldn't. This is not even a question. It's nothing to talk about. Like I
Okay.
understand Sean Payton. He took us out of the dark, and he turned us around, and rightfully so.
Dealing
But
with dead cap.
What Vrabel did, Sean won 10 games last year. He won 14 this year. Vrabel won 3 games last year, and he wins 14 this year. So
I'm not mad. I mean, Ben Johnson had a great case too on the other side of the conference, and in the NFC, worst to first with the Bears. But
right,
Vrabel,
listen.
14 wins versus 11 wins that Ben Johnson got. You got to take Vrabel.
Same thing with Cole.
I can see that.
Jaguars win how many games? 4, 5, and they win what? 12. So it was
Yeah.
crazy. Coach of the year this year was
It
just
was
Cole
a
Holcomb.
good
Yeah.
race this season, I think, for coach of the year. I'm not mad at any of these names on this list, honestly.
Do
Like,
we
but
really have to
Vrabel
spend a
will
what is
get
that? Yeah, offensive player of the year.
Jackson
Man,
Smith Najigba.
yeah, yeah.
That's far
It is hard, but what Njigba did, I'm not even gonna spend too long.
crazy.
Yeah, he
Almost
put up
1,800 yards receiving on the season, bro.
yeah,
105 yards a game, bro, with 10 touchdowns. Like, yeah,
yeah,
he's phenomenal.
offensive player of the year.
He could be in the MVP discussion. I mean, Jesus, you know what
True.
I mean, type of thing. On to the next one. Comeback Player of the Year award, Christian McCaffrey. Let's get into it, bro. I mean, a lot of people wrote him off. If I'm being honest, I mean, there was like we were kind of talking. I remember on the timeline, the Broncos should have looked at trading him. That was of course like that was never gonna happen, right? But some people were calling him a bust, right? But look, dude, freaking McCaffrey, 1,200 all-purpose yards, I believe. No, 1,200 yards altogether. Phenomenal, dude. Phenomenal.
Yeah. I mean, there's an argument
And
between him and
touchdowns.
Trevor Lawrence because what Trevor Lawrence did this year, also, especially, I think he had what in a game span 14 touchdowns to no interceptions. Like
Yes, and that
what
that
Trevor
Jaguars.
Lawrence, yeah,
No, go ahead,
just
sir.
what Trevor Lawrence did with that Jaguars team, he finally, it seems like he turned it around. There's
Yes,
an argument there with CMC and him. There really is.
yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But Christian McCaffrey, everybody wrote him off, and he proved that, hey, I'm back.
I'm back. Guess who's back? Back again. CMC's back. But yeah, Trevor Lawrence, dude, like he was done a disservice early in his career, right, with the coaching. All we can talk about that, but like, good to him. He finally got a coach that's a great fit for him. They're gonna do great things. Liam Cohen is a special offensive-minded genius. So shout out to them. Offensive rookie of the year, bro. We got T Mac, who out of Arizona, the wide receiver, balled out this season, dude, for a rookie.
You
And
did.
then you got Jackson Dart next, dude. I'm kind of shocked that Janty's so far down the totem pole, but I guess with the Raiders running behind that Raiders offensive line, man. That does not do him any justice. But I am happy to see RJ Harvey's name on here.
I'm happy to see RJ Harvey's on there. I think he had the most touchdowns by a rookie in the season for with all those, not like rookie record, but I'm saying everyone on this list. I believe he had more touchdowns total than all of them. But it's cool. I'm happy to see him on there. But what McMillan did, and I remember some draft stocks had him like, oh, he could fall all the way to the end of the first round. Okay,
Yeah, I
cool.
remember because of the whole
Yeah,
spiel about him. What was it?
man,
Not watching film or
that
some
man
nonsense like
was
that.
not going past top 10. I don't care what nobody say. Go watch the film. The tape don't lie. That man was not dropping past no 10. And people who were believing that, I'm like, y'all smoking. I can't say it on here. But anyway,
Yeah, yeah. a
yeah,
thousand
nothing's
fourteen
been
yards
good.
in your rookie year, bro. And
Yeah,
Bryce
it's
Young
good,
has
man.
him a number one wide receiver. That was a great pick by uh, the Panthers. So shout out to them. And
Right.
that looks like we got the NFL Defensive Rookie of the Year award. Wow, Carson Schweschinger. He was a guy that I wanted the Broncos to
Tackling
draft at the
machine.
linebacker position.
Tackling machine. That's all I know. Tackling
So
machine.
he looks the freaking rich get richer. That defense for the, I mean, they can't maybe draft anybody on offense, really, the Browns, but they could sure as hell draft some players on the defense.
Defense. Yeah.
So Carson Schweschinger, man, he's a phenomenal talent. So yeah. And James Pierce was the other guy that I'm actually surprised to see, but he balled out this year. 10.5 sacks from Atlanta. Wow. I
Right.
expected like Abdul Carter or somebody to be on here, really, but
We all did.
you don't
We
even see
all
him. So no, dude, I feel like the only one that wasn't on there that I didn't see was the Offensive Protector of the Year award.
And I mean, I would hope it goes to Garrett Bowles, but we'll see. You know how they feel about giving the Broncos players awards, or giving us any type of spotlight. You know what I'm saying?
Garrett Bowles does deserve it. He's been great,
Yes,
man.
he's
Great
been
job
good.
protecting uh, Bo Nix's blind side or what have you. So, another last thing of discussion for this episode, real quick, is Jaleel McLaughlin has balled out as of late. He's Jaw Wheels. I like to call him Jaw Wheels, but he looks like he's been playing with the chip on his shoulder. Should he be the starter in the playoffs, or how do you feel, bro? How do you feel that the snap should be divvied up for Jaleel McLaughlin versus RJ Harvey, who has struggled, with his vision, seeing the holes? Talk to me
I
about
don't
it,
think
bro.
I don't think you can. I don't think you can start Jaleel as much as people want that. I think Sean Payton just needs to learn how to feed the hot hand. Um, you know what I'm saying? Like Sean goes away from it. Jaleel could be eaten and he takes him out. He doesn't give him any more carries. RJ Harvey could finally start to get it together and start to get a rhythm going. He takes away his snaps and give it to Jaleel or Bade. You know what I'm saying? So I think Sean just needs to understand who has the hot hand. Um, I mean,
Yeah.
I don't think you can, to be honest.
Okay.
I really don't think you can start Jaleel. Would I like to see it? Sure. Give him a game where you start him out there. But I think all in all, Sean just needs to understand, hey, he has a hot hand right now. Let me keep feeding him. And Sean
Yeah.
does not understand that. And he needs to get that down pat.
And just real quick, stats from the last game. Jaleel McLaughlin had 6 carries for 41 yards, averaging 6.8 yards average. RG Harvey had 15 carries for 28 yards, 1.9, dude. Yeah. Ugh,
Yeah, he
that's tough,
struggled
man.
last
And I
game.
know the line struggled last game too.
Yeah,
But
definitely.
no, no, this was a good episode, man. I appreciate you joining us today. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for joining us. Give us your feedback in the comments. We welcome it as long as it's nice things. I'm just kidding. But thanks again. We're like I said, we're one subscriber away from our goal for reaching 300 to end the season. So we're right there. Any final words before we end this show?
I mean, like you said, we're one subscriber away. We really appreciate it, everybody. We're reaching our goal, and then we'll have an even bigger goal after that. So we appreciate all the love, support. We appreciate the views, the likes, the subs. We love y'all. We love Broncos country, and
Yep.
we might start expanding here and then talking more about different teams. It could be
Yes.
coming. So keep the subs up. Let us know how we're doing. We appreciate it. But all in all, remember, if it ain't about the Broncos, buck 'em.
Buckham. Mahai
Peace.
salute.